Hey everybody, this is Ben with Diesel Power Products coming at you with a quick diesel talk about the BD73 up pipes. Now, let's talk about fitment year ranges. Now, these are going to be for the late 99 to 2003 7.3 PowerStrokes. So that's going to cover your F250s, your F350s, so on and so forth, and your Ford Excursions. Keep in mind, these are for the late 99 to 2003. Late 99, that cutoff date there is going to be 12/8 of 98. Anecdote there is 12/8/98, you're late. So if your manufacturer's date is December 8th of 1998 or later, and you're, quote unquote, a 99 model truck or 99 model Excursion, you're going to be a late 99. If it's 12/7 or earlier, you are now an early 99, and those use different up pipes. Same with the OBS 7.3 PowerStrokes. They do not use the same set of up pipes. So let's look at what you get in the kit here. It's a very nice, well-made kit from BD Diesel. I expect nothing less. You've got nice new hardware that comes with it. Everything's made out of stainless steel. Obviously, you got the bolts here to connect your up pipes to the collector as well. Something to consider, or why you're going with a bellowed up pipe setup. Now, the stock up pipes on your truck basically have, or actually, let's go back to the root of it here. So obviously, you've got your manifolds down here. Engine releases, or you have air coming out of the manifold or out of the heads through the manifolds up to your turbo. That means these up pipes go through a lot of heat cycles. What International did back in the day was basically just have a pipe, a donut gasket, and another larger pipe on top of that, which allows it to kind of expand and contract. And everybody's happy about it. The only problem is, as engines are getting older in age and have lots of miles on them, those donut gaskets become brittle. So by BD going with these bellowed up pipes in there, rather than having a donut gasket that moves, slides and everything like that, you've now got an accordion. Think about it as far as like trying to keep boost. This is where all your boost is going before it hits your turbo. You want to make sure that you're not having any sort of leaks. So BD solves that by going with bellowed up pipes. A couple other things to look at here is, as I mentioned before, it does come with nice hardware. When torquing these to your manifold, the torque spec, I believe, is 22 foot-pounds. Quick piece of advice as far as installing these on there. These do go, like I said before, through a lot of heat cycles. If you want to make sure that you don't ever have to worry about breaking a bolt. A couple of things you can do beforehand if you're installing your up pipes. A couple of days beforehand, make sure that while the engine is still hot, you're getting up there with some sort of penetrating lube on these nuts and bolts to help them break loose as easy as possible. Like WD-40, rust penetrant, PB Blast is another popular one. But make sure you soak these bolts as much as you can, as many times as you can, especially while the engine is hot, to make sure that you don't break these off when you're taking the old ones apart. When putting the new ones on, they are I believe, 22 foot-pounds on the nuts. If you want to make sure that you, for some reason, if you do have to take them off in the future, that you're not going to break these bolts, a good idea is going to be to put some anti-seize on the shank of the bolt. That way they don't get stuck inside the hole down here. And then maybe a little bit of anti-seize on the threads to make sure that those don't back out either. Now, you may be thinking you might need to do up pipes, you might not, but what I would recommend is on these trucks, as they've gotten higher in mileage and older in age, if you're going to be back there working on the turbo, meaning you're doing a pedestal or a turbo rebuild, anything that's going to basically pull that turbo out of the truck, you're going to start kind of unsettling these up pipes. And if the up pipe donut gaskets from the factory up pipes there were holding, they're probably not going to hold much anymore. And the downside is you're not going to find this out until you start the truck up. I actually have personal experience removing a turbo on my old Excursion with actually not a lot of miles on it. And even after disconnecting right here and taking the turbo out, I managed to jostle this around so much that it ripped out the donut gaskets on both sides. And that only had 117,000 miles on it. So I would recommend, if you're going to be back there working on the turbo, definitely get you a set of up pipes on hand and replace them if you can. Piece of advice, if you have a friend with very, very long, lanky arms, it's his lucky day because you're going to pay him in beer to help you out, because these are not easy to get around. You have your transmission right here and your firewall right behind it. One thing to note, when you pull these out of the box, don't freak out, there is a dent right there. BD puts that there because this is a slightly larger diameter pipe, and actually I believe the factory one pinches down for clearance issues. So BD, in their infinite wisdom, has put a dent right there. Don't freak out again. Don't freak out. It's supposed to be there. Everything's fine. So if you have any questions on this, please feel free to give us a call, or you can click online at dieselpowerproducts.com. Phone number 888-993-4373. Thanks for watching.